You're listening to Your Purpose and Business podcast, where we connect you to possibilities. I'm your host, Raquel Walters, a two-time best-selling author, millennial speaker, corporate trainer, advocate, and clinical social worker at heart. Your Purpose and Business podcast will connect you with everyday successful people who will share their impactful stories, insights, challenges, failures, and triumphs on how they're navigating the working world, whether by climbing the 9-to-5 corporate ladder or starting, growing, and scaling their business. So grab your pen and notebook because you'll want to implement the nuggets and tools, strategies shared in every episode. Class is in session. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Your Purpose and Business podcast. And I'm here with the lovely Natalie Cargail. Her mission for the Connect Show is to use television to empower women by showing them what's possible to create an inclusive space where female entrepreneurs of all backgrounds can be seen, heard, and known for their accomplishments, while our viewers at home are inspired to become more of themselves. Her television network, the Connect Network TV, is syndicated across the country and the broadcasting on the CW networks in South Florida, the Twin Cities, and across Texas. Mrs. Cargail, welcome to Your Purpose and Business podcast. It's a pleasure to have you on today. How are you?
I am fantastic, and I love that you called me Mrs. Cargail. Mr. Cargail was calling me. He doesn't know I have this interview right now. I had to tap. Sorry, I can't talk right
now. Okay, I won't keep you long. I know you're a very busy lady, and it's just an honor to have you on here today. So, Natalie, just tell us a little bit. I mean, I know that you've been everywhere. I've been seeing you all over TV. The Connect Network is huge, and but tell us a little bit about yourself, something that is not included in your bio that you want to share with us, please.
I appreciate that question. I appreciate your space, Raquel, and I'm honored that I got to have an opportunity to work with you and learn from you, and just be able to embrace your culture, your voice. I tell you all the time, I love your voice. The Connect, it's great. It's something that I really created for myself. It was almost a selfish opportunity for me to find women that I wanted to be associated with, that I wanted to work with, that I wanted to learn from, that I wanted to, blueprint, right? So we look at these people, from afar, especially prior to COVID, as people that are unavailable, untouchable. And this pandemic has been a blessing and a curse, but through it, I've been able to build relationships that I wanted to build from the beginning with high-powered women that are making seven figures, creating opportunities and jobs for other women. And so, the Connect, as the bio states, it's fun. It's an opportunity to level up with women in business and female entrepreneurs. But for me, it's the blueprint on how to build my confidence, on how to create systems and strategies, or have that perfect copyright for my website or my email funnels. Oh, what is an email funnel? Why does that matter? Mm-hmm. It's every single thing in business that I need to know to be successful. And I'm blessed to have guest after guest after guest drop that knowledge. I take notes and get set up for the level up, because all of the women that come, they bring it and I learn.
Wow, that's amazing. So connecting everyone, it doesn't matter your age, your background, where you're from, but we all share a commonality, right? Of pursuing our passion, really, and we're able to do that in the space of business. And Natalie, you said something that stood out to me, where a lot of times, aspiring entrepreneurs feel as if they cannot be connected to high level, high power for women as yourself. I look to you as that, as a mentor as well. And because one, they may feel like they're not good enough, or they're just starting out, so they don't have that experience. And I'm so happy that you've created this space where you've given the opportunity to aspiring and also seasoned entrepreneurs to share their gifts with the world, And so a personal question for you, Natalie, if you may, I'm curious.
Bring it, Raquel, bring it. Bring
Yes,
it, baby. I'm ready. I'm
thank
ready.
you so much. Where did this all started for you? I know that you have your degree in media and you went to Howard University, but what steered you, or when was that defining moment, if there was, that you decided that you wanted to enter the media space?
Mhm. Well, I know exactly. My memory is like way too good on some things. Other things I've
Yeah.
forgotten.
Yes.
Other things I've forgotten. Some things I remember very well. And So there were like three questions in that. How did I know I wanted to get into the media space? I think it was the ninth grade. We were doing a paper at Nicollet Junior High School, Burnsville, Minnesota. Shout outs. Um, and my classmate and a girl that lived in my neighborhood, Molly Bow. And I've told this story before. It's so funny. And there weren't a lot of Black young ladies, growing up in Burnsville. I think I was the only Black girl in the ninth grade until Felicity came to town. And so then we had two, and she's my friend today. She's amazing. But Molly, we were doing this paper, and the teacher said, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" And Molly said, "I'm going to be the next Katie Couric." And I said, "I'm going to be the next Ananda Lewis." MTV was popular. I wanted to be a VJ originally.
Mhm.
Um, and got blessed with a whole MTV News internship and opportunity, blah, 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 because God is so good. But that was when I knew I was going to get into media. When
Mhm.
I mean, I love news. News wasn't the interest at the time, but I thought if I can go to school to like be on TV and talk on like the microphone, I loved it. I talk so much, like way too much. I can talk to people and talk about music and talk about the entertainment industry and all of this. Like that's a job, you get paid for that.
Mhm.
And that was that revelation. I'd say at that point with the twins, and wanting to start the Connect Network. It happened in this bed.
Yeah.
I'm in my bedroom. You guys are getting all of my self care. Okay, like I just hopped out of the shower. I had the best
Oh,
shower. I did my whole Immunicology is what I'm using right now.
yeah.
It's a wonderful skincare brand by Karen Ballou. So I put all my product on. So like I'm like all like fresh face except for I have eyeliner on and mascara because girl.
Yes.
But yes, the idea of wanting to and making it a non-negotiable to roll with high hanging fruit happened right here. I'm hiding from like all my kids. Like, don't come in. The door is like shut and locked. I'm in the corner. And at that time, I was about 6 or 7 months pregnant with my now 3-year-old twin sons. Okay, that were 6 pounds 9 ounces apiece. And I just really couldn't walk and move and do all the things. And at that time in my life, 2018, I was a pink Cadillac driving sales director for Mary Kay, and I was leading about 500 women in my
Mhm.
unit and offspring sales directors units. And as a leader, for me, I'm really hands-on and I enjoy, being with the person, teaching them, having a very intimate relationship, a leadership relationship. But with the pregnancy, I just couldn't do those things. And I was really disturbed by my unit because I felt like they weren't working anymore. Like, you know how to work. I taught you how to work. We've done everything. We've
Right.
hour after hour practicing these scripts, right? Practicing scripts, practicing booking people, right?
Mhm.
Practicing selling product, right? Or a service, whatever you sell. And we would do this over and over and over. And so for 4 years in this industry, I just felt like my team had the knowledge and education and experience to take it away while I was down. Well, long story short, they just didn't have that ability to carry on without me. And that is when I decided that I'm about to go get some folks that will carry on no matter what. Okay.
Mhm.
One monkey never stops a show.
Right.
And yeah, I'm down, but what's that got to do with your money? You know
Mhm.
what I'm saying? So that was really where I really recognized. And then it was bringing me down. It's like, wait a minute. Okay. I can't, I got to get with folks that want it no matter what, you know,
Right.
and that's who I was looking to build with the Connect. And that's what God's created.
Wow, that's amazing. And you know, a lot of times some people need hand holding, but at some point after you've gotten the knowledge of training, then the training wheels, it's time, like that bicycle, right? It's time to take the training wheels off. And
Mhm.
so it sounds like to me that obviously there is a deeper purpose for your life, because I mean the Connect network has it's basically across the United States in three major cities, right? And you know, I just know that Natalie, that you're gonna go further. I just feel it in my heart, you know. But Natalie, tell me, because if for somebody that's listening to this, you know, and they're thinking that, okay, I see this big name, I see that she's doing a lot, but I don't know if I'm capable of doing the same things. I don't know if I can follow my passion, I can follow my dream, right? That desire on my heart. Um, I try sometimes, and there's bumps and failures. But if you could speak to those people, Natalie, who's probably feeling down, who has a desire in their heart to do more from themselves, right? Especially in the area of business, but it could, you know, span relationships, making more money, being more spiritual, whatever, right? What would you say to that person who feels like they're not good enough, they're not capable enough? And if maybe if you could give an instance of you know, and time in your life where you had overcome some sort of hurdle or fear or challenges.
Mm-hmm. Raquel, great questions, baby.
Thank
Okay,
you.
questions, girl. So I love that. You know, the first thing I would tell anyone is to master some of those spaces I just spoke on. I
Mhm,
talked about booking,
mhm,
right? When I was leading my team, I taught you how to book. I taught you how to selling product, right? If you're in a business, you sell something. So master that. And the way you sell it is the same way you sell it every time. Same energy, same tenacity, same point. You know, there has to be a way you pitch your product, your service. Um, and you have to have those leadership skills. You know, you have to book, you have to coach, you have to sell, you have to recruit. That's what Mary Kay taught me, and that is really what I believe are the four pillars to building a business. And if you can master those four things, because you got to book somebody to come sit with you and talk about whatever you got, you have to be
mhm,
able to coach, because at some point you're going to have a team, and somebody has to know how to do what you do so you can multiply yourself. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to scale, right? You have to be able to sell. And if you're not selling anything, you don't have a business, it's a hobby. So that's like a whole separate conversation. But how do you sell? And recruit people to come along with you on your journey. And I'm so grateful for Mary Kay, because it taught me those things when I didn't have, you know, the confidence to, you know, really dream big. I mean, I always knew it, you know, the impossible was possible, you know, for lack of better words. I knew I could have what, you know, I imagined for my life, but I understood that in order for this to happen, like it wasn't just going to happen. And I keep looking back at all of my stumbling blocks along the way, and I'm like, man, thank you, God. No wonder you had me go through this. You have to go through so much. I mean, you look at these people. I was thinking about Beyonce the other day. Now, I am
mhm.
nowhere on Beyonce's level, but yes, honey, because we got to dream big. And I'm thinking about Beyonce the other day, and I'm like, I've had some very, you know, I've had a lot of great opportunities and blessings. I really sometimes pinch myself and can't believe, you know, my business and my new relationships that God's brought into my space, and these relationships, how they bring the next relationship and the next relationship.
Yes.
Um, and you know, I was thinking to myself, wow, this is what this feels like, right? Whether it's having 5 employees, or it's, you know, having, you know, making X amount of dollars every single day consistently, wherever that is, like, you know, there's first goal, second goal, whatever. This is what this feels like. And even when your feelings are right here, ooh, this is what this feels like. Ooh, this is what this feels like. And you keep building, the person right here felt it right here at some point. And so I was thinking about Beyonce. I said, this is what this feels like. And it's even as far as building relationships with other people that are powerful. Wow, this is what this feels like. Because even so and so with the name and all this, they didn't know everybody before they
Right.
became all of this. So at some point they had to meet somebody to be, you know, build these relationships with the people that matter, the high hanging fruit. And it's like, wow, this is what this feels like. And
Mhm.
I'm thankful to God for the feeling.
Awesome, awesome. And what would you say, Natalie? What is the importance of networking, especially when you are starting your business and also growing and scaling it as well?
Well, networking is the key to everything. And I think today we just have to recognize that networking is different. And
Mhm.
it's different and it's good. Because if we were still networking the, you know, mainstream way of networking, we'd only be working with people in our cluster, right? Local. We'd really, I'd be so local right now if it wasn't for COVID. Oh my God. Thank you, Lord.
Yeah.
COVID really, I saw a meme, it was funny. It said, something about COVID either made you or break or makes you made you or broke you or however you want to
Right, right.
say that. Because people figured out how to maximize this space.
Mhm.
And there's still people that haven't figured it out. They're like, what am I going to do? It's like you watch the news every day and then people are like, well, I don't know what to do. I don't know, what am I going to do? And it's like, man, we have to master practicing the way to shift your brilliance. It's like we have it, but it's how can you shift your brilliance? Because everything is just a slight pivot. It doesn't even have to be dramatic, but if we can pivot slightly and pay attention,
Mm.
the world can really open up. And that's what this experience has been like through networking. And networking in COVID has just been an excuse to
Mhm.
reach beyond, arm's length.
Right, right, right. I mean, thank you for that. That was so valuable. And I love that, like mastering how to shift your brilliance. Sound like a podcast title for me, but that's amazing, Natalie. And
Uh,
so, Natalie, please share with us about the Connect Network franchise. I mean, how can persons get on TV, who want to be in media, who want to build that media muscle? Just take the mic away and just tell us all.
So the Connect Network franchise, when I started this business, we became an LLC October 22nd, 2018.
Nice.
And we kicked off January 9th, 2019. Girl, these dates. Okay. 2019, January, we had a conference. It was like our first little thing that we did. And initially we were more focused on being a membership based business.
Mhm.
That was, really how we launched. The TV thing was like something fun on the side. That's why this is all hilarious because in a blessed way, but it
Yeah.
was never it was not the, it was, you talk about shifting your brilliance.
Mhm.
This was me shifting my brilliance, focusing on this, but God blessed me because I was already trademarked up. And I knew that was important from the beginning because I had studied, like I said, mastered the booking, the coaching, the selling, the recruiting. I understood business.
Right.
And back to the question before, understand business and you're unstoppable.
Mhm.
Understand business, you can shift your brilliance, but you got to understand the game first. So if you got to understand, and you won't build the muscle till you fall down over and over and over again. I love when I fall down, especially like
Yeah.
nowadays. Like it's so much more fun than it was like
Mhm.
5 years ago. I used to be pissed, like, wait, what? This ain't
Those
working.
are the best lessons. Yeah. Failures are the best lesson I've learned because before I was like, oh my gosh, like not again, God, but you know what? It teaches me not to repeat that same,
You'll never do it again.
never
You'll
do
never do it
it
again. And every time, even when I wear a shirt that I hate on TV, like it's pathetic. Sometimes I'm like, man, I shouldn't even put this on YouTube. I don't want anybody to see this show. We run a rerun this week. Just kidding. Sometimes I think that way, but it's so pathetic. But I don't even care. Praise the Lord. We have week after week for a new show.
Yeah.
But it's something that small. Well, I'll just never wear that dress again. I know
Mhm.
not to wear that dress again. So I was gonna just really focus on the membership side of the business. We started an online show for fun,
Mhm.
and it got picked up on our local Fox network here in West Texas, where I live.
Yeah.
And I started franchising the business, or I should say trademarking.
Yeah.
After the trademarks were approved we have 3 trademarks in the company, and I recommend anybody thinking beyond their city limits or their state should be trademarked. I would recommend that. I have a great video on trademarking, by the way, on my YouTube channel. But anyway, after I trademarked it, I created the franchise agreements. I got with lawyers, got all those things together, and started selling the franchise. We're sold in DC. the membership side of the business. We were sold in LA in negotiations. That was kind of getting to a place where it was magic was coming. And then February, COVID happened, and we had just started with Fox. And I thought, well, how am I going to sell these franchises? Nobody's going to get together. Nobody wants to, have a membership where we're networking. And the only thing I had at that time was the television. And I thought, well, and I was just like, really, because that was the plan. Like the plan was franchising this membership, growing in that way. The TV thing, that was just for fun. We just by chance got picked up by like a local network because I used to be in television, had another girl on the show. She had a background television. It was just, we had connections. It was just easy. But not like the goal. Goal was something else. And nobody was getting together. Those deals fell through. And I thought, man, the only thing I have right now is this show. And I thought, well, maybe I can franchise this show. And because I was interviewing people now at this point, we used to film live and actually in a beautiful like estate. And thereafter, it just turned into an opportunity to where I was Zooming with people. Like we're doing today, I was taking interviews with people in Miami, New York, wherever. And then I started reaching out a little bit more bravely to, maybe they have 30,000 in their community, or maybe they have the best-selling author, or maybe I'm, whatever. And I kept getting yeses from those people. And then just started building my courage, building my confidence. I know how to book. I know how to coach. I know how to sell. I know how to recruit. I know what I do. I know what I offer. And so that muscle, just building it and getting intentional. And then I thought, man, if I can do this, interview people down the street, I can interview people anywhere. And then next thing I know, I thought, well, I'm just going to franchise this show. And I really took the Real Housewives idea, but from a lifestyle TV perspective. So that's what we're doing.
Wow. And I know you don't have a lot of time left, Natalie, but tell us, so what do you foresee for the future of the Connect Network franchise?
That's such a good question. And also for those that want to get on TV, if you're willing to or wanting to share your brand or your business, your product or service, check us out. Our website's theconnectonline.com. We have, I think both shows, and it's very unique, but they both reach 1 million households a week. So it's a great opportunity to share what you do. The women in business and female entrepreneurs that are watching are looking to level up their confidence. They're looking to level up their strategies, their systems, their, entertainment. So you might have a place where we can go and do something fun with our kids, blah, blah, blah. I don't think I mentioned that. So I wanted to share that too.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, and the future of the Connect, we are always dreaming and working on a variety of things right now, doing a lot of production too. We've been working with a lot of our favorite celebs, that I grew up watching as a little girl. And I just can't believe it. I'm doing a project with an amazing woman. We haven't released her project name. We have a whole rollout on that that's coming at the top of September, but she had some amazing guests on the show that we booked. I directed it from behind the scenes, but we have Tisha Campbell, Dondre Whitfield. He's on All My Children. He was on the Cosby Show when we were little. Essence Atkins, Brooklyn Sedona. Her mom's Donna Summers. Who else is on this season? Tisha Campbell. I'm so sorry. Tisha. Damn, Gina, girl. And we
love Tisha.
Tuesday and just we're cracking up. So I'm excited for this young lady to share her new show. I'm excited for everybody to learn about what she's doing. And doing a lot of directing from behind the scenes, directing my own shows that are broadcasting on the CW network. Shout outs to the CW. And that's in Miami and Austin, Texas and West Texas. And then I'm working on my own show. Oh yeah.
It's exciting. I can't wait.
That's going to be broadcasting in the Twin Cities, Minnesota on the CW. Shout out to the CW. That show is just Natalie. And we're talking with a variety of different people that I'm obsessed with. But also some stories from just everyday people. And I think, that was the power and magic with the Oprah show. And today, and it's so funny to even share this with you because I was just thanking God for that opportunity this morning when I was in my office. I have a lot of computers and screens. There's a lot of TV stuff and production. And I thought, and with the Natalie show coming out, I was thinking, my mom was telling me, are you sure your first episode should look like this? I think your first episode should, you need to do this. Well, what did Oprah do on Oprah's first episode? And so I've been Googling what everybody did on their first episode. Okay.
Yes.
Oprah's first episode, and she talked about it. She said everybody was asking, the producers, everyone's like, what are we going to do on the first episode? Well, we need to do this, that. And so Oprah just basically decided she was going to do something on getting married, keeping a man, something like that. And it was funny as hell because she had a good joke in there, but it wasn't about meet Oprah.
Right.
She was in Chicago and finally went national. People outside of Chicago didn't know Oprah, but anyway, I say all that to say, for the last few days, I've been just watching past Oprah shows, and that was a big part of my inspiration in general. Just back in the day, I've been to the Oprah show. I had a fun exchange with her. But I'm just so excited for it all. And I was watching her show today, and it was about, when I say everyday people, a woman that's husband they've been married for like 30 or 40 years, and the husband had been cheating on her for 15 years of this relationship.
Wow.
No questions from the audience. It was the husband and wife having this discussion. And then their two sons were there in the audience. They were a part of the conversation for a moment, but that 48 minutes on YouTube was popping. From all kinds of angles, from a married woman angle, from a, nobody knows what's going on when you're not with your significant other. They talked about it from a woman's perspective. Oprah, she broke it all the way down. But, it's just stories from everyday people. I'm going to be talking to some, bigger names too, but just sitting down with people that have lived life, because that's what we're all trying to do.
Right.
One or the other is live life, get through it, hold on to our relationships, love our selves, not pull out all our hair in the meantime. So that's just a little bit of what's happening around the Connect Network the next, I guess, kicking off this fall. And then we have our digital shop is opening. We have some fun opportunities for people to be able to just purchase products that'll help them jumpstart their business. You might not want to do a whole course on how to blah, 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 but you just need to know how to do this. So we have step-by-step that'll help people push through that. And, we'll have to see what's beyond there.
Well, I know the sky is the limit for you, Natalie. And I just want to say here publicly, and I tell you on the phone all the time, I keep telling you, I thank you so much. I'm so grateful for you. I feel like the universe God aligned us, and I'll continue rocking with you, mark my word. And because you're the first person that actually put me in the media, TV wise. And so, I'm forever humble and grateful.
What's going to happen no matter what, Raquel. And let me just tell you, I've been watching you, baby girl. You are Keep bringing it.
I'm following in your footsteps, Natalie.
Oh, well, I'm trying to follow in yours today, girl, because this self-care got me real just homegrown, but that's all right.
No, but you look so nice and relaxed and happy, and so don't even bother. Your natural beauty is shining through. But last question for you, Natalie, before I let you go to your lovely family. Just tell us, is there any type of I know you just did self-care, but is there anything that you typically do on a daily basis that keeps you grounded, especially when, time gets hard? Because I know your day is booked and busy, and, different distractions and challenges pop up. But what is one thing that you do for yourself that keeps you grounded?
I don't know if this is something that keeps me grounded, but it's something that maintains boundaries. And it simply is, anyone that wants to visit with me, whether it's to talk about business, or if I'm booking the lady to help me train my kid to go potty, that was a part of my summer. You have to book me. Everything in my life is booked and on my calendar. And for a long time, I thought I was organized. I thought I was writing it down. Like I thought I was, I set my alarm. Like, no, I had to literally create a space, and I use Calendly. It's $10 a month. You can create several different calendars for this or that, with several different time opportunities for people to book you. But I had to do that. I book like everybody except for my mom, dad, husband, and my siblings.
Yeah.
But everybody else, because if I don't do that, and I'll feel bad if I miss your call or don't take your call. So
Mhm.
then I'm going to be answering your call, not giving you 100% because really I'm in the middle of doing something else, guaranteed. Or I'm going to not be able to talk to you at that time or not be prepared for the conversation. And what you have to share with me is really important to me. And so I want to make sure I'm fully available to talk to you. And it just makes everything so easy. And there are particular hours for like that entire experience. So from 10 to 2:30 is really when I take my phone calls. If I have to do something after that time period, then I will make an exception here or there,
Yes.
but everything, every call, and like somebody called me today, it was like 11:30, and I was like, who is this? They're not on my calendar, and I didn't answer, and I won't.
Mhm.
And another thing, well, I guess I'll just leave it at that. That's enough.
No, that is huge boundaries. And so we need to implement, I know I need to implement that some more. So thank you so much for sharing that with us.
You're
So
welcome.
Natalie, it's been a pleasure. And again, truly an honor to have you on the Your Purpose and Business podcast. I know that you've dropped so many different gems that I'm going to be listening to this on replay, like times 10. And so, hello, beautiful. Hi. And so, thank you again, Natalie, for joining us. And please remind us about your website and how persons can connect you. Drop your Instagram handle for us, please.
Yeah, so Instagram, and this is like something else I want to start working on a little bit better because I am not good at back to being brave. I'm about to start, y'all are about to get ready because I'm about to be on the Instagram going like this,
Yes.
this. I was talking
Yes.
for a minute, but I said
Ready for it.
I am, and I've been seeing some other cute things that I'm willing to do. So for business, you
Yes.
can find me at the connectonline.com. That's our website. Our Instagram for the Connect is the Connect Network on Instagram, or the Connect Network.llc. This is my other son. This is one of my sons. So, yeah.
Hi.
The Connect Network.llc. And then for me, Natalie, and I'm going to start sharing a little bit more. I'm really a private person, honestly. And so I don't really go out much. I don't do much. I'm really a homebody, even pre-COVID. So COVID was right up my alley because that's what I did.
Yes.
I'm going to start working on sharing more in a personal way on my Natalie's network. And that is my personal Instagram that has 2 pictures, but more will come. So follow me, hang out, and share with you a little bit more about my family. I have twins that are 3, and then my 6-year-old daughter y'all just met. So hoping to get out there a little bit more and share and connect with people in an even deeper way, Raquel.
Yes. We can't wait, Natalie. So again, everyone, thank you so much for joining. And definitely you want to share this podcast with all your family and your friends, your business-minded friends, entrepreneurs. And remember to always be good to yourself. And we'll catch you in the next episode. Bye for now.
Thank you for listening. If you've loved this episode, let's stay in touch. Head over to raquelwalters.com and subscribe to my email list so that I can send you updates on new episodes, exclusive motivational nuggets, and insider knowledge that's only shared when you join our community. Please don't forget to subscribe to this podcast and leave a review, as I want to know your thoughts about every episode. Follow me on Instagram at Your Purpose and Business Podcast. And remember, your life is beautiful, and this is a part of your journey. So embrace it. Speak to you soon.